welcome back to the next episode. We miss you so much now. I promise I will take care of your baby boy as his mother, godmother. The baby is so scared of my brother now. My brother is not himself after all. You gone. Hope you are having a good time in heaven. God, I can't believe I'm crying reading a diary. Taehyung rubbed his eyes with his end of the sleeve and closed the diary, placing it on the nightstand. At the same time, his phone started ringing again. Ring. This time, they picked up the phone at the first ring only. Hello, my love. Jungkook said, cutely forgetting the sad thing he just read. Hey baby, had dinner yet? Jungkook asked, flipping through some papers. Not yet, I just finished my project, Taehyung said, and he heard paper sound stop it. Wanna meet up? Jungkook asked, stopping with what he is doing. Maybe tomorrow morning, Taehyung said slowly, not wanting Jungkook to get angry with him. Taehyung heard a sigh from the other side. Okay then, I will pick you up tomorrow morning, Jungkook said and started flipping the paper again. Okay, my king, good night, Taehyung giggled. Don't escape dinner. See you tomorrow. Good night. With that, Jungkook bid goodbye. Bid Taehyung goodbye, and Jungkook turned the concentration on the paper he is flipping. Taehyung smiled and put his phone away before heading to the kitchen side. After 30 minutes, he is standing in front of Jimmy's condo with his food and he just prepared for both of them. Knock. Who? He heard Jimin ask from inside. Hyung, it's me, Tete, Taehyung said. Okay, Tete, get in. It's not locked, Jimin said. As Jimin said, the door is not locked. Taehyung got inside, closing the door behind her. Jimin Hyung, Taehyung gave a smile and let out the food on the table in front of the couch, in which Jimin is sitting on, with a blanket covering him. A Chance to Love series was playing on the TV. Hi, Tete, Jimin said while motioning Taehyung to sit beside him. Are you okay? Are you sick, Hyung? Taehyung asked by sitting beside him. Nah, I'm fine, Jimin said with a clutch. Taehyung did not believe it, so he just put his hand on Jimin's forehead to check his temperature. His temperature is normal, I told you. I'm okay, Tete, don't worry, Jimin said, hugging him from the side. I cooked dinner for both of us. I hope we can eat together, Taehyung said, and gave a bowl to Jimin. Jimin released Tete from his hug and took the food. Never say no to Chef Tete's food, Jimin said, making Taehyung smile. They both started eating their food. You are such a great cook, Taehyung. Tete, Jimin said with a mouthful of food. So what's happening? Taehyung asked, is surprising Jimin. What's happening? With what? Jimin asked with an awkward smile. With you and your boss, Tete asked. Jimin tried to pretend that there is nothing, but Taehyung cut Jimin off. Please don't tell me there is nothing, Taehyung. Tete said seriously. Whoa. This boyfriend of yours really taught you how to speak, little Tete, Jimin said in a teasing tone. Taehyung, surprised by that. He did not notice until now. He is not searching anymore. Hope it goes like that to everyone, not only the people he is close with. Yeah, I guess. And now you will tell me what's happening, Taehyung said, not giving a chance for Jimin to change the topic. Jimin sighed and put the ball down on the table and decided to talk to Taehyung. Not much happened, Jimin said, making Taehyung give a confused look. After my stupid burst out and that slap, nothing much happened, Jimin said, making Taehyung look at him shockingly. You slapped him? Taehyung asked with shock. I wish I did not, Jimin mumbled, rubbing his face with his hands. From that night, I don't know how many days it has been, 3, 4, 2, 3 or 4. I have no idea. A single second feels like an hour. I just woke up today morning and saw it's morning. I did not wait a single second to start getting ready for work, but realized it's Sunday when you bumped onto me in this morning. Jimin said, "Did you get meet him?" Tete asked. Jimin shook his head as no. I kept texting him and calling him, but he is not picking any of my call and he did not check on my message. Now that I tried to call him, it's like me that his phone is switched off, Jimin said, making Taehyung look at him sadly. Tete was about to say something, but Jimin started speaking again. But don't worry, it's Monday. Tomorrow he will come to office for sure. I'm gonna talk to him. He is after me for like 4 years. I guess it's my time to answer him, Jimin said, joked, making Taehyung clench. Hoping for the best, never go back, Young Taehyung cheered. Never, Jimin assured. They talk more about Taekook's relation after that. Now Jimin is happy with their relationship after knowing how much Jungkook loves his little brother. There are some teasing and some brotherly advice. After talking for some hours, they bid goodbye, their goodbyes, and promise to eat tomorrow's dinner together so they can talk about how things went with Jimin and his boss. Next morning, Taehyung woke up after his alarm started barking. Taehyung woke up after and started doing his morning routine. After an hour, Taehyung was now standing in front of his condo with his backpack hanging on his shoulder as he was going to locking the door. Just by time, Jimin also walked out of the condo, locking his own door. Morning, Jimin Hyung, Taehyung said excitingly. Morning, Tete, Jimin replied. They walked to the lift together and all the best. Jimin Hyung, go for it and give me some good news. In the evening, Taehyung cheered when the lift doors opened and they started walking to the parking lot. I will try my best, Tete, Jimin said, not very sad anymore. Suddenly, something stuck in Taehyung's mind. Taehyung turned back, looking at Jimin, who is walking a step behind him. Taehyung is still walking forward, but his face is looking at Jimin. Jimin Hyung, I think you should just kiss him and tell him how you are and how much you like him. Taehyung wiggled his eyebrows, suggesting. Meanwhile, he did not notice someone is standing in front of Tae until Tae bumped his onto the person. Ouch! Taehyung winced, rubbing his forehead, which hit the hard but familiar shade. That's the second Tae knew who is it. He looked up with a big smile. Good morning, Jungkook, Taehyung said, making Jungkook smile and kiss his forehead. On the other hand, Jimin stood there with a wide eyes. No one ever called Mafia boss by his name except his parents, not even his best friends. They always called Jungkook by his name in private. Jimin hid his shocked face and put a smile. By the second Jungkook looked at him, but that smile turned into an awkward smile as Jungkook looked at Jimin with a frown. Good morning, Mafia boss, Jimin said with a little bow. Yeah, what are you talking about, Case? Jungkook asked, still frowning. This little brother of mine, Taehyung, is telling me how much he loves to kiss you. Jimin lied, but not entirely. Taehyung kept speaking non-stop about Jungkook and kisses at yesterday's dinner. Jungkook's frown vanished by the mention of the word little brother, and the word Jimin said made Jungkook smile. Taehyung stood in the middle of confusion and blushing. How do you two know each other? Jungkook asked. Taehyung was about to explain, but Jimin started speaking again. I recently realized the boy you were searching for is living is next door to mine. Small word, hey. Jimin smiled awkwardly, trying his best to not let Jungkook know how Jimin and Taehyung know each other. They are not people who live next door to each other. There is something more that connected them from the past that Taehyung, Jungkook and this world need to know. But it's clear that Jimin wants to hide the truth, the hidden truth that needs to be said. That's good, and I want to take care of Taehyung when I am not around. Jungkook said in a mafia tone. I will surely do, mafia boss. That's my honor, Jimin said, and with a slight bow. Taehyung stood there with the innocent mixed face, with the confused pout, looking at both Jimin and Jungkook, exchanging conversation. They did not understand why Jimin lied about how long they know each other, and he never heard and saw Jungkook talking in mafia boss tone until now. That's surely new to Tae. I will get going then, Jimin said as Taeyang waved, and Jungkook nodded. By the second Jimin walked away, Jungkook pulled Taeyang near him and had a hand around his waist and started kissing. He pulled away after a passionate kiss, leaving Taeyang breathlessly. I missed you, Jungkook said with a pecan, breathless Taehyung's lips. I missed you too, making Taehyung blushed, hugged Jungkook and hid his face in Jungkook's chest. Come on, let's go. Jungkook took Taehyung's little hand and guided him into the car. He opened the door for Taehyung and fixed his seat before closing the door. It took them 30 minutes to reach their uni. Jungkook stopped not exactly in front of the uni. You don't really need to drive me to uni daily. It's okay if you are busy. I can do myself, Taehyung said casually, but Jungkook looked at him with a frown. Stop speaking like that. You are the most important to me, Tae. I will drop you and pick you daily, Jungkook replied. You are calling me if you need something or you need to go somewhere, Jungkook added. Anytime, Taeyang asked amazingly. Anytime, Jungkook assured and leaned forward to kiss Tae. Thank you. Bye, King. Taeyang leaned forward and kissed Jungkook's cheek slyly, making Jungkook glance. Bye-bye, Jungkook waved and Taeyang as he walked out of the car. Nothing changed. Taeyang is still an unnoticed introvert. Nobody knows about his relationship with Jungkook. Nobody cares about Tae. No one knows his existence in uni except the students' registers. They walk in the first class as usual, keeping his head low, and seated himself in the corner of the class. They submitted his project in third class. Time passed quickly. Lunchtime. Taeyang had lunch in usual library. He ate lunch and cooked in this morning some manga. Smiled to himself. After eating, there is still time left, so they picked his stuff and headed out the library. By the second he was about to walk away, he bumped onto a person. When they looked up, he saw a large man with built body around Jungkook's height, solely one of his seniors. Sorry, Taehyung mumbled. Silly, I thought my stuttering is gone. Seems like it's only exception for the people I know. I'm close to Taehyung's side and tried to walk away, but he was catch. The senior held Taehyung by his hand. Silly, Taehyung slowly looked up, fear evident in his eyes. Oh, how can I let you go? This little one so easily. The man whistled, earning laughs from four friends who stood beside him. Thing tried to release his hand from that guy's grip, but he is too strong. Meanwhile, another guy from the group walked towards them and snatched his backpack. Let's see what this little boy got, said that guy who pulled the bag from Taehyung. Taehyung tried to take his bag from him, but the muscular boy who catch his hand pushed Taehyung away from the bag. Helplessly, Taehyung fell on the ground. The guy with Taehyung's bag opened the jeep and poured everything on the ground: subjects, books, pens, sunglasses, lip balm, and manga book too. Everything fall on the ground. Look what we got here. The third guy laughed, picking up the manga book. Whoa, bro. The same guy who picked the manga book started laughing as he opened the book. It's Yui. Looks like we got a gay freak. Three of them laughed, but the other two did not laugh at all. He stood there with a blank face. Dude, leave him. The other guy who did not laugh just said, "No, I will not." The one who Taehyung bumped onto said, whatever. The guy who asked to leave Taehyung said and walked away, followed by the other guy who did not laugh when they started teasing Taehyung. Now Taehyung is lying on the ground with the three bad boys looking at Taehyung with slice marks. Oh, we got a gay freak here, so what should we do with you? The leader of them said, scratching his chin. Taehyung slowly stood up, dusting his clothes, ready to collect his stuff and walk away, but he gasped in fear when he heard the next word of the muscular boys. How about test his skills? The second guy suggested, good idea. I want to experience it too, so mine too. The third guy smirked at Taehyung, who have tears in his eyes. You can take turns, not a big deal for a boy like you. The muscular boy said. Tears started falling from Taehyung's cheeks as he saw the three guys standing in front of him, not for free. Though we will pay you enough, the second one said, and you don't need to worry about anyone catching us. This floor has the only library here, nothing else, and you might know no one came here. The librarian is also not here. She will be gone for some hours, the first guy said. Just make it quick, you will get a good pay, boy, the second guy said and walked towards them, who backed away in fear. That guy raised his hand to touch Taehyung's cheeks. Taehyung was forced to slap his cheeks, that freak's cheek, and the other two guys looked in anger at Taehyung, slapped one of their friend's cheek. Freak, how dare you to hit my friend? The muscular guy did not take another second to blow a punch at Taehyung's jaw. Taehyung fell on the wall beside him by the force of the punch. He is sure that's gonna leave some pressure. That guy who hit Taehyung is still shaking in anger. He was about to give another punch, but Taehyung pushed away with all his strength he had and ran away towards the stairs without looking back. Silly bro, did you just see the bear tattoo on his collarbone? The third guy asked in fear, who just noticed that bear tattoo on Taehyung's collarbone when Taehyung struggled to run away. Taehyung rushed to the bathrooms and locked himself in a cube. Tears started falling from his eyes as he struggled to breathe. In middle of sobs, he pulled his phone out from his pocket with shaking hands, which had shaking more due to his sobs. Taehyung unlocked his screen and called Jungkook without hesitation. Ring. Jungkook picked up the call. At first, ring. Hello, baby. Had you long? Jungkook stopped in mid-sentence, but the second he heard sobs from the other side. Jungkook sobs. Dude, did you just see the bear tattoo on his collarbone? Second one exclaimed. Yeah, so what? The muscular guy asked, not so bothered. Dude, Mafia boss has been searching for a boy with beard tattoo from the last few months. The second guy's claim fear showing clearly in his face. OMG, there are rumors about Mafia boss stopped going to the club every Saturday. And there are also people saying that Mafia boss finally found his his man with the beard tattoo. The third guy said to make them more like to himself. Are you saying it's him? The first guy who punched Thang on his cheek said, trying to process everything. His friends saying, OMG, we are done. The third guy exclaimed, chanting his clenching his hair in frustration. Let's just find that guy and apologize. The first guy suggested, freak you, hun. You don't know how badly we freaked up. The second guy shouted at the first guy, I'm leaving from here before I get killed by the mafia boss. The third guy, boy, said and started to run towards the stairs. The second boy fall in his knees and with his hand in his ear, fear for death. Lee, let's go. The first guy shouted, catching his friend's hand and motioning him to stand up. The library is at the last floor of the building. It will take more than 10 minutes for them to get to the entry gate. Like that, the three guys started running towards the gate, climbing down the stairs, tripping down due to the tension. When they made it to entry gate, three of them stopped dead in their track. Seeing the mafia boss car stop in front of the gate, they stood there with the muscular boy in middle and the two other of his friends both sides. Before they could think more, mafia boss stepped out of the car with a deadly look on his face. Mafia boss POV, I drove to my office after dropping Taekook to his uni within an hour. I got busy with work at office in my cabin. The first floor of the office looks like an actual office with cabins, tables and couches. This floor contains around 4 cabins and a large conference room. Those 4 cabins belongs to our 4 pillars of soul. It's around 11 o'clock when I heard a knock on my door. When I allow them to get in, it's none other than Hobby. Hey, what's up? I said, closing the file I was going through. Cook, honestly, it's very bad. Hobby sighed, sitting across the table. I heard what happened from Minho. I said, it's not very surprising because we all don't keep anything between us. Youngie is behaving so strangely, Hobby said. Details, please, Hobby. I said, looking at him first. He is sleeping in his own bedroom. He is using his own freaking car and keeping his distance from me. Hobby said frustratingly. Seems like what Minho said is true. Youngie is really trying to move away from Hobby. We used to eat breakfast together, but Youngie did not wait for me to wake up today. He cooked breakfast for us. He ate himself and stored mine. Hobby said with not so happy tone. I don't see what's problem in this. Youngie is still cooking for you, I said, crossing my arm, looking back at my chair. There is problem, Cook. Youngie used to wait for me until I get ready so we can come back together here. But today he woke up, cooked, ate by himself and got ready before even I woke up. When I woke up and walked out of the room, Youngie waved me a bye, see you at office, and took his car keys before walking out of the apartment. Hobby remembered everything that happened without taking breaths. I thought for a moment before replying. Seems like you should get used to this, Yoongi, since Yoongi is trying to move on from your hobby. I said, truly, I really expected hobby to return Yoongi's feelings sooner or later, but seems like Yoongi reaches his limits trying, but this is really not like Yoongi. I can't believe he is really trying to move on from hobby, but I don't want to say it out. If it's what Yoongi wants to do, we all with him. Cookie, what are you saying? I should have become his boyfriend. I should have just said yes to his confession if I knew Yoongi would behave like this. When I said I don't know about my feelings for him, Hobie exclaimed. Hobie is most idiotic human being I have ever known. That's not about being boyfriends, stupid. It's about feelings, I told Hobie, making him go on in frustration and lie his head on my table. If you are done sulking now, go back to work. What happened about the peace contract with Dragon Wings Mafia from Belgium? I asked as Hobie sat back onto his seat. Not yet, because Yoongi is not here. He went to the somewhere to help Minho with some new projects they are launching by combining with some other companies. Hobie replied, great, Yoongi is always smart in business and study, but I still don't know why he decided to join into Mafia rather than taking off some company like some normal people. Aside wished at least Hobie will get it now. This is simple. Yoongi wanted to be with Hobie, so he decided to join Mafia with Hobie. As I said, Hobie is most idiotic person being able to get all this. I hate study. Use fist when you can't use your brain, Hobie said, punching his fist in air. Knock. Yes, I said, as one of my members from Mafia entered the room. Morning, boss. Someone is here to meet you, he said with a slight bow. Let him in, I said, and he walked away. Within a few minutes, a guy around my height with well-built body, aged around 25, walked in. Hello, Mafia boss, I'm Juan. The man in his suit said. Oh, Juan. He is one of the famous CEO from the nearest city. He was supposed to work with one of my companies. Of course, he is working with the company Minho is holding. Nice to meet you, Juan. I shook his hand and motioned him to sit beside Hobie in another chair. After talking for some time, I offered Hobie to take him to the company so they can talk about further details. Strangely, Hobie ended up trailing with us to the company. Seems like Mr. Guy with don't know about his feelings is missing someone's attention. You know what I mean. We reached there on our own car. It was already 12 when we finally reached at our company. I walked straight to Minha's cabin and Hobie and Juan trailing behind me. People working here constantly started bowing and wishing me when I was walking through them. I opened Minho's cabin and knocked. Minho, whoa, I did not expect I am gonna work with you, Juan exclaimed, remembering Minho. Hello, Juan, nice to meet you again. Minho shook his hands with him. You guys know each other? I asked. We met at the bar the other day, Minho said, making me remember one from the talk we had yesterday. I nodded in understanding. You went to bar without me? Hobie exclaimed again. This guy never stops. Hobie, business first. Minho, one. Hobie. Dan, this is why I hate this all. Hobby complained like a stubborn child and about to walk away, but he stopped when Yoongi entered the room. Yoongi did not look at Hobie as usual. He looks directly went to Wan. This is heck strangely strange for us seeing Yoongi not giving his attention to Hobie. Now I get what Hobie meant when he said Yoongi started acting strangely. Juan, what are you doing here? Yoongi walked to Juan with a surprising look and gave him a friendly hug. What the freak? Hobie mumbled from beside me, looking at them hugging. But no one noticed. Hobie expect me. What on earth I have done to have such a pleasure to meet you again? You remember me? Han mumbled like it was some unbelievable thing. Yoongi hit his arm playfully with a smile. Okay, now I know the business first thing, but diet. Can you explain what's happening here? Hobie shouted. Someone is jealous. He is one I am talking about. Yesterday I met Han in the bar. I went with Minho. Yoongi said to make Hobie to think. I have no idea what Yoongi talked to Hobie about one, but by the time Hobie got what Yoongi referring to, his face turned into something I couldn't keep in words. I'm kinda seeing someone. I think it's okay to move on. I can't wait for you all life if you don't love me. Hobie Yoongi said this yesterday in his drunk self to Hobie. Yoongi, I did not know you were serious when you said that, Hobie exclaimed. I was serious when I said that, Yoongi said, a stretching word. Serious enough with drama. Business first, I said, making everyone get onto business mode. Minna sat on his seat with his secretary standing beside him. Me, Han, and Yoongi sat on the other side of the table as Hobie sat on the nearest couch, peeking at both Wan and Yoongi from behind the magazine in front of his face, which is absolutely not reading. It was around 12:30 when we were finished talking. The minimum information ring. I quickly picked up the call and walked to couch to sit beside Hobie to talk to my Thay. Hey baby, had yellow. I stopped when I heard some muffling. Wait, is Thay crying? To be continued. Everyone, what do you think? What is Jungkook gonna do with those freaks? And how was the episode? Don't forget to comment it down. See you again with the next episode day after tomorrow. Till then, take care of yourself. Bye bye.